kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
And ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for tonight's 20-lap Sportsman feature. Your pole sitter is Brandon Butler with the 7B. Fred Harris will be outside the front row with the 29. Row 2 inside, Joe Cook with the 8 outside, Nicole Hogue with the 7H. Row 3 on the inside, Chris Silvers with the 7, then Dale Welty's 123 alongside. Row 4, Brent Hilton with the 3A, Ross Vleck with the 83. Your 5th row, last week's winner Randy McCulloch with the 21, and Donnie Lawson with the 11 machine. Row number 6 will be Chris Doherty with the 45, and Seek the Streak Ray Bliss with the 27Z. Then it's Brady Fultz with the 70, and Carl Comfort in the 10 in the next row. Behind them, Lauren Lincoln with the 02, and Trevor Sutherland's 34. Gary Hotel's number 30 and the Ray Smith number 12 in the next row back. Ryan Swartout with the number 14 will start 19th. And then outside that row, Scott Waters with the 53. Your 20th starter. Your final 4 starters in the field. Serenity Sutherland with the 37. Chad Daly with the 2D. John Agnew with the 4J. And Rob Humphreys with the number 85. Flag has waved. Field will form up in double file rows of 2. And we get ready to start an action-packed night of feature racing here at Black Rock Speedway, capped off by some big-time bombs bursting in air and rockets' red glare with our Miles Insurance Agency $10,000 fireworks show after tonight's feature events are complete. All right. White flag will wave this time. How about giving the drivers a wave when they come by off turn number 4? We haven't heard much from you tonight. It's okay to make noise for your favorite driver. Okay, not bad. We'll work on it. All right, we're set to go. Full field, 24 cars, 20 laps the distance. Oh, looks like Serenity Sutherland's number 37 already has a soft right rear tire at the back of the field. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one. All right, everybody, first feature of the night, the sportsmen are ready to go green. In the charge off turn number 2, Brendan Butler grabs the early advantage with a 7B, airs into second, Nicole Hogue knocking at the door in third, Ross Vleck right to the top of the track, Joe Cook on the bottom lane as they work off turn number 4. Cook moves into the number 2 position here at the end of lap number 1. They charge down through turns 1 and 2, Cook solo at second, Vleck trying to make it 3 wide for the third spot as Welty with the 123 battles, airs for that third position. Behind them, a pair of 7s. Hogue and Silvers battle it out, and there goes Ross Vleck on the outside. Vleck taking the elevator to the top floor. Turns 1 and 2. Battling his way up into the number 4 spot. Now will challenge Welty for third. A little bit further back, Donnie Lawson trying to move up on the outside of Nicole Hogue as they battle through turns 3 and 4. Coming down off turn number 4, Butler sets the pace as we complete lap number 3 of the 20-lap distance. Back through turn number 2 is Cook in second. Ross Vleck charging his way through more 3-wide action as Donnie Lawson has to check up to avoid pancaking the concrete on the outside of turn number 2 as he battles with last week's winner, Randy McCulloch, in the number 21. He charged back down through turn number 2. Still Butler leading. Cook second. Vleck working Welty for third. Silvers 5th. Bliss in 6th. Airs back to 7th. Hogue 8th. McCulloch and Lawson side by side for 9th to 10th. Knocking at the door behind them. It's Carl Comfort in 11th. Chris Doherty in the 12th spot. Brady Fultz behind him in a battle for 13th. With the number 3 of Brady Hilton as they work off turn number 2. Back down into 3. Vleck still trying to make that top groove work. He is committed to running that outside lane as they come charging down. Speaking of the outside, here comes Brady Fultz. Fultz is going down the top lane. Usually when he does that, he's going to make a serious move. Serenity Sutherland with the 37 off the pace gets back up to speed. She is about a third of a straightaway in front of the race leader. Randy McCulloch has broken away from Lawson and Fultz, and McCulloch thrown it in hard in turn number 4 here, trying to get by the Nicole Hogue. Meanwhile, Ross Vleck has got Welty for the 4th spot. Now works on the 2nd position here as they work through turns 3 and 4. Joe Cook pushes up the racetrack. Vleck still has room to beat the move on the outside. Ross Vleck up into the runner-up spot with 8 laps completed. that Bliss logging car up ahead of Chris Silvers. Here's your battle for the race lead now, coming off turn 4. On the outside, Ross Vleck trying the power move on Butler as they charge across the line with 9 complete. Traffic ahead for the race leaders is the Agnes 4J and Serenity Sutherland 37. At the tail end of the lead lap as the leaders close in, the caution flag will wave. Yellow lights coming on. We have debris on the outside of the groove in turn number 1. That brings the yellow out just shy of the halfway point. It's a pretty intense action watching Ross Vleck, who started back in the 8th spot, working that outside lane, has now made his way into the 2nd position. As we get this yellow flag, it's a break for your race leader, Brandon Butler, and give a call out to Butler with a strong run here starting from the front row tonight. But now he's going to have some fast company with the 83 of Vleck, the 8 of Cook, and the rest of the crew catching up behind him. For the guys that were fighting mid-pack, guys like McCulloch, Comfort, Lawson, and Fultz and Doherty and the rest, it's a chance for them to close up and get some track position back. Looks like the Agnew 4J is going to drop to the tail of the field, as he did not get lapped before the caution flag came out, so he will drop back on the tail end of the lead lap. As we see that very hot pipe, they use actually use a shovel handle to pick that up to avoid having to try to handle that with your hands, even with gloves on. These parts coming off these race cars, especially if it's a pipe from the drivetrain or something like that, uber hot. We're talking temperatures 3 digits plus. So the field getting the call now on the receiver one-way radio systems. Go ahead and double up in turn 3. That's usually the precursor for the white flag flying. Since we're 1 lap short of halfway, this is a double file start. Once you get past the lap 10 mark, all subsequent restarts are single file. So this ought to be a dandy. Vleck, who's been running the outside to truck his way up from outside of row 4 to 2nd, will start on the outside here from the 2nd position alongside race leader Butler. You've got Cook in 3rd, Welty in 4th. 5th spot is Bliss, Silver 6th, Air 7th, Hogue 8th, McCulloch 9th. 10th spot is Comfort, 11th is Lawson. Fultz completes your top 12, just shy of halfway. Here we go. Off turn 4, hammer down, green flag in the air, back underway in tonight's Sportsman feature. Watch Vleck from the outside. Does he need a lap or 2 to get heat? The tires are getting charged. His way to the race lead. He's got the lead now. Coming off turn 2, Jim Best in mid-pack. Randy McCulloch hip check. Carl Comfort as everybody was on the binders to avoid making contact. New leader as we come to the halfway point. It's Ross Vleck with the 83. Battle on for the 4th spot. Great win. Rampant on the inside there alongside Joe Cook as they battle for the 4th spot. McCulloch in trouble in turn number 2, and Lauren Lincoln has nowhere to go. McCulloch does the 360 tail whip, winds up on the rhythm section for the Super Trucks in the infield, and the yellow flag comes out now as we complete lap number 11. So 2nd caution flag of the evening comes out here as McCulloch 21 ran into trouble. He's pulled down to the attention of the tow trucks down in the infield, and they're running over to check something that looks like maybe on the backside of the car. And Randy now driving away, so looks like he might be able to tag up on the back of the field. Randy McCulloch has had some horrible luck this year. Finally got it to turn around last Friday night as he wound up in Victory Lane in our Sportsman feature event, but he's got a long way to go and a real short time to get there if he wants to try to double up, as he will have to fall to the tail of the field for the restart. So your race leader now is Ross Vleck with the number 83, as Vleck got the advantage. McCulloch taking looks like he's pulling up here on the outside, just maybe checking the car out, or maybe doesn't know where he belongs in the field. And up, now he's expressing his displeasure with Lauren Lincoln. And I don't know if that outburst under caution is going to be tolerated by the race officials. And apparently it will not. And McCulloch will be sent to the showers. So Randy McCulloch will sit the rest of this one out. The rest of the field lined up single file. Again, Ross Vleck taking the race lead, started 8th, used the outside lane to get up to 2nd, and took the lead off the restart off turn number 2. Welty is your 2nd place car. Butler is 3rd. Bliss just got by Joe Cook for 4th. Silvers is 5th, Hogue 6th, Comfort up to 7th, Ayers 8th, Foltz 9th, Doherty 10th. And as you look over the field, you might notice a car at the back of the field. That's Donnie Lawson with the number 11. Lawson's got some damage to that rear nerf bar, so while we were watching the battle up front, he got caught in a jingle, and now he's got a long way to go to get back towards the front. Green flag waves off turn number 4, back underway. Fleck's going to go back to the outside. Welty's not back. We'll try a slide job through turns 1 and 2, but cannot wrestle away the race lead. Here comes Nick the Streak. Ray Bliss now up into 3rd. Carl Comfort makes a move. He's now up into the 7th spot as he gets by Nicole Hogue in the number 7 car. Back down all 4. We complete lap 12. Just 8 laps left to go as they charge back through turns 1 and 2. Fleck ran off the outside in turn number 2. Second spot is Welty, now being pressured by Bliss. Cook and Butler race side by side for 4th into turns 3 and 4. Butler trying to lock down that inside lane to keep Cook from dribbling through on the inside. Meanwhile, Welty doing the same thing with Bliss, who winds up putting 2 tires in the infield as he goes toe-to-toe with Welty. Off turn number 2, Hunt the turtle with the left front tire, but charges ahead now into turn number 3. So Zeke the Streak has worked his way up into the number 2 spot as Fred Ayers will exit the Speedway with a flat right rear tire on the number 29. Fleck leads by about 1.2 seconds at the front of the field. Bliss now up in the runner-up spot. Then it's Welty, Butler, and Cook, followed by Silvers. Then it's the number 10 of Comfort. Nicole Hogue running on the outside. Chris Doherty trying to move up along with Brady Foltz, who's trying to slip through the middle, has to back off as they come off turn number 4. We've got 5 laps left to go, and Ross Fleck could be on his way to his first Blackhawk Sportsman win of the 2012 season. If he can hold on for the next 4 tours. Carl Comfort had trouble, and the number 10 car is down on the infield in turn number 3. Comfort was running in the top 10. Some type of mechanical failure sidelines the Casella Waste Products entry as he winds up parked down in the infield. We stay under green. We'll complete 17 this time. 3 laps left to go. I think new number 4 will head on to pit road as well. Here with just 3 laps remaining. Fleck carries it off turn number 2, followed by Bliss. Then you've got the 123 of Welty. Cook had a little contact there. Silvers has contact with Cook, bounces it off the backstretch wall, loses about 4 or 5 spots, and the yellow flag waves. We've got a car in trouble going into the pit area here in turns 1 and 2, right in front of the leader. That was the Chad Daly 2D. And Daly's car erupts in a quick ball of fire. He's got a fire under the hood of that 2D car. That's the reason for the caution flag, as there's a flame up on Chad Daly's number 2B. Chad has already undone the belts. He's climbing out of the car, so he is okay, but the safety crew will have to put the cold fire extinguishers to that number 2D machine. It looks like he may have lost the motor, or perhaps a brake line, spilling that hot fluid onto the hot engine block and headers that ignited. And Daly doing a good job of calmly but quickly exiting the race car. So the crew is on the scene, fire bottles at the ready as they tend to the Daly 2D machine, and we are yellow with 18 of 20 laps complete. A yellow flag that Ross Fleck probably didn't want to see, as he had a pretty cozy margin between himself and Bliss, and had this race gone out the back gate green to the checkered flag, I don't know that Bliss may have been able to catch Ross Fleck, but now he's going to be parked on his back bumper for the restart, which is going to make things very, very interesting. Trying to sort out some of the lineup midstream here as we've got several cars contesting their positions, but the score is sorting that out, communicating with the drivers via the Racesaver one-way radio system. Brandon Butler, there's a reason why he's running up on the top of the racetrack. He's cooling the tires down, getting up there in some of that moist clay to lower that tire temperature down, maybe get a little bit better bite on the start. You'll see some drivers will cool the tires, some drivers won't. It depends on how your car is set up. Some cars do better with the tires at a lower temperature, and others, well, they need a lap or 2 of heat in the tires to really get the maximum amount of bite and drive. So Butler obviously in the I want to have cooler tires for the restart department, as he is up there getting them chilled down best he can. As the Daly number 2D is taken by the push trucks back into the pit area. Again, Chad, A-OK. Car did flare up briefly, but he was able to exit the race car. All right, 2 to go. Who you got? Is it Ross Fleck? Could it be Ray Bliss who could sneak up there? What about Dale Welty in 3rd? And again, give a call up Brandon Butler. Awesome run tonight for the number 7 and 4th. And same goes for Joe Cook, holding on to a top 5 with the number 8 car. We've got 2 laps left to run. They will go green at the double cones on the inside of turn 4. It's a Black Rock version of a green-white checker, and it's throwdown time. Green flag back in the air. Bliss immediately ducks for the inside. Vleck tries to hold that bottom lane as they go through turns 1 and 2. Down through the inside of turn number 2. Bliss trying to pull even, cannot do it. As they head down into 3 and 4, white flag will be waving. Bliss up alongside Vleck. Side by side run for the lead. Coming down to the white flag. Still side by side. Vleck has the lead by half a car length. But now Bliss powers ahead on turn 2. And the yellow flag comes out with the 7 of Chris Silvers inside out in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Silvers was running in the top 10 most of the evening, but then he got caught up in a jingle about mid-pack and bounced the car off the outside wall a couple of times. And now he will wind up starting at the tail of the field, and we go from a green-white checker to a green, green checker scenario. And folks, it is last call for the 50-50. Our 50-50 ticket sellers will be going through the stands one more time selling those 50-50 tickets. So if you haven't gotten your chance to have a shot at some bucks, you might be too late. Make sure you flag down the ticket sellers on the way by. They're going to make one more pass through the grandstands before we close out our 50-50 ticket sales for tonight. Well, you thought it was going to be exciting in a 2-lap dash to the finish. How about making it a 1-lap dash? And we know that Ray Bliss can get alongside Ross Vleck. Can he get by him in a flat-out drag race? It may come down to that, coming off either turn 2 or turn 4 in just 4/10 of a mile. Here we go. Green flag waves as they come down the front stretch. White flag in the air as well. Final trip around to decide tonight's sportsman winner. Bliss again powers up alongside Ross Vleck on turn 2. Bobbles just a little bit. Vleck forges ahead by half a car length. Into the final 2 corners. Bliss puts the power down on the inside. Here comes the drag race down to the finish by a wheel. It's Ross Vleck with the win. Second spot goes to Bliss. Looks like the 123 of Welty in for third. Doherty sneaking up there for a top 5 late in the going. As did Joe Cook with the number 8. What a great 1-lap dash. Ray Bliss throwing everything but the kitchen sink, and Ross Vleck in that final tour and comes up less than half a car length short. And for Ross Vleck, it's his first win of 2012 here in the Sportsman Division at Black Rock Speedway. And if this is any indication of how the rest of the feature events are going to go, you are in for one whale of a night. Dan Turner headed down trackside to greet our winner, Lisa, the Black Rock Speedway Queen. She's heading down with the hardware. And I think Elvis is even going to maybe head down to congratulate the winner. So Ross Vleck pulls that Fleet Pride number 83 up into victory lane. I tell you what, it's hot inside those race cars, but Ross Vleck probably doesn't mind being a little bit hot because he's sitting in the spot that everybody wants to be at the end of a race. Victory lane. Let's go down trackside to Dan.
Well, thanks, Paul. We're down here waiting for Ross to get out of his number 83 ride here. H&S Motors here, Fleet Pride Truck and Trailer Parts, Castle. Bicknell says 2005 on this one here, so oldie but goodie here. She still runs quick, as we can see as she picks up another victory here at the Black Rock Speedway. Oh, he's coming out, hanging out by Ross Vleck. Well, first feature here. Yeah, I've been waiting for this a long time. I've been running here 4 years. It just seemed like it never was going to happen. Always getting second, third. But man, to come out here and win. Too bad my brother ain't here, though. I got to interview you first. I'm loving it. He's never seen me win, but man, it's just awesome. I've been trying so hard down here, and man, that car was awesome tonight. And then you can race with guys like Ray Bliss side by side, not touch, and put on a good show. It's just awesome. Well, there's no, probably about the first top 10 or 12 cars in this field here. There's no slouches out there. There's no doubt. Top 15 cars are here fast. I mean, you could have the best car and there's guys still passing you. It's just, this place is just awesome. You can you can just race forever here, and guys run you clean. It's awesome.
Well, Ross, who you got for sponsors? Who you got for crew to help keep the 83 running like she does?
Well, I got to thank Fleet Pride and Castle and H&S Motors, Flex Garage, the Augustino Iron Works, my mom and dad, my brother, Brady Foltz's guys. Man, it's just awesome.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully we'll catch you back here a few more times before the season's end.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Everybody there, Ross Vleck, your first time feature winner for the Sportsman.